Spring is the absolute busiest time of year for us. We are finally catching up on everything that we had to get done, and it's starting to look nice. All right, it has been a few weeks now, 3 weeks since we've actually explained anything that's been going around, we're not like a sickness, that's been going on here on our small farm, and we have had a lot going on. It's been very busy, lots of work. And just kind of hard to film every single thing sometimes, and so we're just gonna do a quick update, starting with maybe the newest additions of the farm, because what did we get?
We got goats.
There is goats. And they are not in the area they need to be, which we'll explain. So over now about 3 weeks ago, we officially added goats to our small farm. Hi, Dandy. And it has been a new experience for us, although this isn't the first time that we had goats. But it's been something new in the sense of, especially this girl right here, we've been milking her. We started 3 times a day, but have now went down to 2 times a day, and has been realizing that it's something that you can't skip out on. It's something that you need to continue doing, and it has been a little bit of a new learning curve for each of us in milking.
Very much so.
Milking is something that is definitely a little odd at first,
Yeah.
but as soon as now that we've gotten more of the hang of it, it's not the milking thing that's been bad,
Can we get down?
but our goat kind of has a time limit, as we've called it. After a certain amount of time, she kind of tells us that we're done, even if we don't have all the milk out.
And because we're new at it, we aren't quite done yet.
Yeah. So it's been a little bit of a battle, but we have enjoyed it. We've been able to get milk, and we've been able to have that and add that as a resource now that we get to produce from our farm, that we get to put into our fridge. And the kids have absolutely loved it.
Yes.
And we have just been able to just learn a new skill and enjoy having goats on the farm. They are supposed to be over in that area, but many of people who have goats have told us that this is how it's going to be, is that goats are escape artists, and because we just kind of put a temporary spot up, put some cheap kind of fencing up to kind of hold them in for a little bit, they've been breaking out and they like being here in this chicken area. I think it's because they get to be closer to us. But the temporary area that we have for them over there and shelter, they do sleep in that shelter. They'll go in there at nighttime, but they don't like to be in that area other than that. So right here, as I think I mentioned earlier, this one is Dandy. So this is the goat that we got from a separate farm just by herself. She is our one that we actually milk. She had triplets and actually produces a good amount of milk for us just with the one. And Dandy over here is from Salt and Light Acres farm over here locally next to us. The baby that you see right here, we got to name, Melina, what's her name?
Maple.
Maple. And she is the baby to our other goat that is just a tad skittish. They do eat from us, but if we try to get a little too close, they do that. And they fit through our chicken door. So. But the other goat in there that you can see, that is Naomi. And she is the mom. Oh man, how are they both on that thing? And Naomi and Maple, they are both from Chatty Goats Farm, which if you guys have seen maybe her, she is bigger here in Michigan, and you can see her over on Instagram if you go search Chatty Goats Farm.
Yeah.
Yes, Chatty Goats Farm.
Or the chatty goat.
The Chatty Goat. The Chatty Goat Farm. If you check her up on Instagram, I'm sure you'll be able to see their farm. But they are the ones that help supply us with these 2 goats. 3 broody hens inside that nesting box, so I'm sure they're not appreciative of all the noise and chatter now that's on top. We'll do another breakdown of just our experience with them, but we just wanted to kind of introduce them to you guys because we've had them now for about 3 weeks. And we are still in the learning curve ourselves. And I'll show you as we get back over here and explain that, but we have a more permanent area that we'd kind of like them in here in the future. Nora, you playing with the goats? Nope. You're playing with Theo?
Go get a knife. Get the owl. Get the owl.
Another thing that has been on our agenda now for over a month has been revamping our garden area completely.
Yes, we had some big plans this spring to just completely redo some of the areas of our garden. We took up our weed beers and rebuilt our rows. That hopefully allows us to grow a little bit more than what we grew last year. We added some arches, which I'm really excited about because that's been on my to-do list for a long time. Not my to-do list, my wish list. His to-do list. And so we added some arches, which I'm really excited about. And then we also are trying out a new tomato support, which is something completely different that we had to build. So a lot of little projects that all come together, and it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's reminding us of when we did this, 2 years ago?
Yes.
And we were redoing this whole in-ground gardening and setting it all up. And it's a little bit of a reminder of like when we did that at that point, it was like, oh, like we're building this like garden, like this dream garden type kind of area. But now realizing after a few years, you know, like financially, you might be in a different situation, or you might just have different things that you're envisioning. And I think it's okay that you want to redo things sometimes. And I think that we're going to be happy, and hopefully you guys will like the result when we kind of show you more in depth of the whole garden as soon as we get it complete.
And I think because we were so new to gardening, we really didn't know what we were doing. And now that we're about 3 to 4 years in, we kind of have some experience, not a lot, but we have learned what we like, what we don't like, what makes things easier, where we're willing to have convenience. And so I think we just learned and are prioritizing that in this season. So
yeah. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. It's been a lot of work for us, but hopefully it'll be minimal work for when we harvest. That's what we always like.
That's what we hope.
Like to think and say. So.
And next year, right?
Yes.
Is what we hope.
Yeah.
Unless I get some more ideas. It's
like chicken math. It's just garden math, where it's like you always want a little bit more different with the garden.
Yes.
But we'll like it. Now we're gonna go over to the pigs. So our pigs have officially been moved, which is my favorite thing to do ever in our backyard.
It's kind of fun for me to watch.
Just like it always is. So if you guys actually see right here, you can see this whole area is where our pigs used to be. And we have tried to get it all ready to go. We put new grass seed, laid it down so that we can reuse this area again. And this is actually where we're hopefully going to permanently kind of have a goat area. We still might rotate goats in certain different areas around our property eventually, whether it's through the woods, whether it's in the front yard a little bit. But this, we want to be able to have their winter home on, and this used to be just all mud and dirt, and it still pools up in some areas that the pigs really kind of work down in. So we think we might have to fill some areas with dirt, but as you can see now, there has been a lot of grass all regrown everywhere, which actually happened a little faster than I thought it would. So
That's a lot better than what it was.
we'll do some more seeding. We're trying to get some alfalfa in here, some clover, and just some good pasture. We bought one of those big bags that people buy, it looks like, for their horse pastures and things like that. So we want to be able to have good nutrient type kind of grass for the goats here. So we're excited for moving the goats in here. But because the goats are, not the goats, because the goats aren't here, yes, not yet, but because the pigs aren't here anymore, where we moved them was into our woods. Moving the pigs was an experience, as it always is. It never goes super as planned, and you always think that it's gonna be easier. Well, I do. And she tells me to be prepared that it's not. And I get frustrated. I get frustrated moving these pigs because they don't want to go past the old electric lines of where they were, even if they're not there anymore. You can't move a pig like on a leash. You can't push them. They just go at their own pace. And it always takes longer than expected. So we are excited though. It is always a thing once it is done, as much as I dislike it in the time being. Them going into their new areas, and although you're gonna see the areas They're already losing a lot of what they've eaten. Let's see if I can get you a little closer real quick, but they have a huge spot here in the woods. It's kind of hard to show, but it goes farther back that way even, and a little bit here around this side. But this gives them so much more space than where they came from. And our big deal about moving them back here was, what are we hoping for?
Some babies!
So this was our first time since when we first brought them, but we separated them male and female. And this was our hope that putting them together here, they've had a little bit longer than we want. We need to actually separate them as soon as possible. But we put them all together, male and female, for hopefully there will be some mating and hopefully we'll have some babies. So that can be as soon as like a month and a half, I think, from now, or we could be waiting anywhere from 3.5 months to 4 months from now if the mating just happened today. So we need to separate them now, and then we'll be on baby watch to see if we get piglets from our 2 females at all.
Really putting up his nose. What's he doing that for? Do you see that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You see his
Nora
teeth?
sees them, yeah.
You see his teeth? What's he doing? I don't know.
Our pig's making weird faces at us as we're talking about them. Maybe he doesn't like that we're talking about their personal life. We have, if you could see here, a lot of junk pile. Ignore that. But we have a lot of weeds still here and brush that we're actually hoping to, when we re-separate them, the 2 pigs, that we're going to get all that cleared as well, because we have some plans to kind of just open up this woods as much as we can. It would be nice to kind of get a little bit more over here to the side as well. And as you can see, the pigs do a great job, and they do it from eating at it, but also I think just the weight of the pig really just kills everything. We're actually hoping that more was actually going to grow in the woods for them, especially with how big of an area that they have, but that has not been the case. So
Yeah, it's wild because we don't see them eat that much at the ground. I don't feel like for it to be as empty as what it is, and so it just makes me think that just by them walking, it just suppresses everything, which is kind of nice, but also we'd like them to have some grass.
Yeah. We're really big about our animals being able to be on grass, being able to eat at stuff, and although there is some brush still in here and stuff, and I'm sure poison ivy things and things, whatever they need to eat at, it doesn't look like enough now, again. Yeah. So it's not like when they're over here.
But what I have learned is that pigs actually need the mud and the moisture in the soil, especially for the hot weather. It helps them cool down because they don't have sweat glands, and so the not little, but the area that they have really retains moisture, and they'll have a ton of, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called wallowing,
yes.
When they're wallowing into the water, and so that will help them stay cool this summer, especially under all these trees, and it'll help their skin fight off any bugs and parasites, and so it's a good thing. We would like them to have a little bit more green.
Yeah. And that's about it for the pigs. We're hoping that, like we said, we'll be on baby watch for them. These are the 2 females, I think, right here, staring at us. So you guys got babies? Comment below. I'm sure we can look online too, but for any, I like hearing people who have real experience with it, that what are we looking for if they are pregnant. We would love to know, because other than what we're going to find online, we don't know, but it's always better to hear people that have really seen it and know and been around it a lot. So what are we looking for? Because we'll be excited when the time comes, and not excited, a little bit nervous, to be honest, but that's how it happens with new things.
I think you're missing one update that we haven't given up.
We have possibly one new addition to the homestead. It reminds me of this thing. Nora, what's in Mom's belly? Is there a baby? We're having another baby.
Not only will we be on pig baby watch, but we will also be on baby watch this fall. So.
Yep. I'm sure anyone who does any of this stuff, there's never, probably not really a good time to have a baby during it, but
no,
that's especially we're due the start of October, end of September, and that's usually when we're kind of wrapping everything up, harvesting, whether it be chickens, turkeys, garden work, turkeys, chickies. No. Are you breaking my mower? Oh, it needed more gas? Okay. So we will have another busy plate as always. And now you guys can see everything that we've kind of had going on. And that's why it's been a little bit hard to just kind of get everything out, but we're hoping to get a lot of vlogs out now of things that we're just doing around here, getting the projects done in the garden, the pigs, the chickens, the goats, the humans. So we appreciate you guys for watching. And it is my prayer that your love may abound more and more with knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve what is excellent and so be pure and blameless for the day of Christ. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. God bless you guys.